The secret to NATO's longevity is really two different things. One, it is a community of like-minded states, and that matters because there are other alliances in the past that have fallen apart when member states turned on each other. Now, the second key to longevity was in what's in jargony terms called adaptability. But basically what it means is NATO is what the member states want it to be. Their definition of threats, the nature of their worries changes all the time, and NATO simply shifts and adapts to respond to what the capitals want. The way it responds is that, every couple of years, every 10 years or so, whenever something dramatic happens, it takes a pause and usually commissions a report or some sort of a reflection process to take stock of where we are, what has changed, and what NATO's responses need to be. And we hope this report that we've produced will stimulate a similar reflection because a number of things have changed in the way NATO does business. Things have changed in the way countries fight wars and settle conflicts with each other. The report came together as a collaboration of 16 different think tanks, the Policy Planning Unit and the Public Diplomacy Division of NATO. There were originally 16 workshops taking place in 16 different NATO countries. Carnegie's role was to collate the collective memos that came out of the workshops and to pull it all together into basically one study. The idea here is again to stimulate a conversation on a couple of things. One, how do you address things such as new technologies, the means of warfare, the means of how states prevail over one another are rapidly changing. These days you can be equally effective in terms of coercion, in terms of imposing your will on someone else by simply using the implication of or the actual cyber attack. These days it is possible to do with a click of a mouse the sort of damage that was only possible with bombs and aeroplanes in the past. So that's a new thing that we hope this report will cause a deeper reflection on among the allies. And there's also a new situation where NATO is no longer in a sort of binary black and white war or peace situation. Most our adversaries realize that the combination of NATO countries is simply too strong militarily to prevail in sort of a one-on-one fight. So what most adversaries try to do these days is to simply chip away piece by piece on solidarity, piece by piece on NATO unity, piece by piece on the confidence of NATO people in their own governments and in the alliance itself. They do this through disinformation, through hybrid campaigns, through sowing chaos in our political systems, financing extremist parties, financing propaganda against Europe, against the West, against the United States, against the alliance itself. And that's a new world for which NATO isn't really set up to do, this world where it isn't just war and peace, there is this odd state in between. That's one of the key leitmotifs of the report and a key change that we feel NATO needs to capture better than it has. The hope is that the report and the essays therein will start this sort of a reflection on how is it that NATO will remain effective for the next 70 years.